Language wars again in Karnataka. Day after pro-Kannada activists went on a rampage in Bengaluru, comes the state policy's crackdown against the vandals. Pro-Kannada organization chief Narayana Gowda, who led protest against non-Kannada signboards yesterday, has been arrested along with his associates. Meanwhile, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has directed companies and shops to change their nameplates before February 28, 2024.
ಈಗ ಶಾಂತಿಯುತವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ವಿರೋಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಗದಿತ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಂತಿಯುತವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಡ್ಡಿಪಡಿಸಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಡೆಮಾಕ್ರಸಿ, ವಿ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಅಡ್ಡಿಪಡಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಹಿಸಲ್ಲ.
All right, joining me right now is Mr. Mohandas Pai from the Manipal Global Education. Appreciate you joining us, sir. Somebody who's a proud Bengalurian and Kannada yourself. Your quick reactions to the violence that took place in Bangalore in the back of, once again, linguistic wars coming in, wanting the Kannada language firmly on signboards.
I think what happened in Bangalore is very wrong. This mob violence, allowing all these people to go destroy property, destroy signage, without the police being there, without the police stepping in to stop them, is very, very wrong. We had the mob violence in Bangalore. We had a reign of people who are violent, going and destroying signage, hitting people in some areas, and going around and shouting on the streets. Where protest for anything is okay. We are a democracy, but violence is unacceptable. The police were caught wanting. They did not prevent in many areas. We saw the videos. They blocked the traffic in the airport road for much time. And what happened is very shameful. And there has been a hurt, that the rule of law has been very hurt.
Mr. Pai, you know, you've been a big votary where Kannada language is concerned, but there is, sir, a very thin line when it comes down to linguistic pride and linguistic chauvinism.
Well, look, it is not a widespread issue. There's a group of people who make a living out of threatening people for language. It's been going on for the last 20, 25 years. We know them very well in Bangalore. And, you know, the government has to take steps to rein them in. I'm happy that today the Home Minister came out and condemned the violence. We had the Minister for Bangalore come in and condemn the violence. And we are seeing citizens react and criticize the government. And we are seeing the Chief Minister call a meeting of all concerned on this issue today. So there has been a reaction from the government. But what happened was very frightening. For some time yesterday, the mobs were on the roads. They're destroying property. They were creating fear. And that is totally unacceptable. And the police have failed to protect the life and property of people yesterday. And that is very, very shameful.
But, you know, when it comes down to what the brand Bengaluru stands for, sir, you know, tech capital, IT hub, global city, the rule which has now been formulated of 60% signage for Kannada and only 40% of English, how does that fit in?
Look, Bangalore is a global city. But being a global city, it does not mean that you don't follow the local language. And if you go to Frankfurt, that's a global city. Tokyo is a global city. Beijing is a global city, right? In all the spaces, there are signages in the local language. So having a signage in the local language and is English is perfectly fine. I don't see why there should be any problem in that. That is not the issue. The issue is entirely about violence. Violence is unacceptable. What happened was wrong. There was a failure of the rule of law, failure of law and order, and the police must investigate. And the people who indulge in violence should be prosecuted. And they have been arrested today.
But do you reckon, sir, somewhere down the line it deepens the north-south divide? Till now the issue was only Hindi signage and now English as well?
Look, when you go to France, what do you see? You see the French language signages, right? You go to China, you see the Chinese language. You go to Japan, you see the Germany, you see the German language. I don't think we should bother about that. Every country which is non-English speaking will always have this kind of things about local languages. As residents of a particular local community, we must learn to respect the local language. On that, I don't think we should have a difference. The key is the violence. Violence is unacceptable.
You know, sir, violence is unacceptable. But when elections are now fought on regional pride, linguistic pride, when that becomes the core issue of winning, then the violence that we see on the roads today, isn't that just a byproduct of that?
Yeah, this is a byproduct because elections are fought on getting the emotions of people riled up. And I think that's very wrong because, many political leaders, instead of showing performance, they try to raise the emotions of people to get them to vote, to get them worked up. And I think it's slowly changing because more and more people are beginning to question the government. More and more people are reassured. It's a matter of time. And we are seeing that in the recent elections, many emotional issues did not work.